Hi guys, it's Mishka. Welcome back to my cozy little corner on YouTube where we yap about books, romanticize slow reading and being an introvert. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the 4 books that had me crying my eyes out non-stop, aka the saddest books that I have ever read. If you are looking for books to add to your TBR that's literally going to break your heart, then you're in the right place. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First up, we have The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. This is by far my favorite book of all time. Like, this book broke me. I was crying at 3 a.m. I vividly remember sobbing on my bed. I don't think you guys understand how perfect this book is, and it is so underrated. That's why I always recommend it. Like, K.A. Tucker's writing is spectacular, but as an author, she is just underrated, period. Like, people don't read her books, and I am here to advocate on her behalf. Like, read her books, read the Wild series. There is 4 books in the series. I promise you, every single book, it just gets better and better, and it's so perfect. Kayla goes to Alaska to visit her estranged father who is sick, and there she not only falls in love with her dad, like they grow this essential bond, but she falls in love with the neighbor, aka the grump next door, aka her father's right man, and it's basically like an enemies to lovers like tiff going on because they hate each other. Jonah doesn't like outsiders. They live in a small town where there's literally nothing. I mean, it's Alaska, and they butt head constantly, and then they fall in love. And guys, when I tell you, you need to add this book onto your TBR, I promise you, you won't regret it. The next book is Happy Place by Emily Henry. Now, this was my first book by Emily Henry, and I was crying non-stop, and I was like, oh my gosh, is all her books gonna break me like this? But it was only this one for now. Luckily, only this book had me sobbing. But guys, I don't think you understand how great this book is. I know there's a lot of like controversy around Emily's books and her writing, but once you go into her books without anyone else's opinions in your head, I promise you, you will enjoy her writing more. And if there's one book I'd recommend, it's this one, just because of how emotional it is. Like, it literally broke me. So basically, the Happy Place is this place where the friend group go in Maine, and in the story when it begins, the house that they always go to is being sold, and Harriet and Wynne arrive as a couple, but they are actually separated. But the friend group don't know that at all, so they are actually pretending, like fake dating, to be together. And eventually throughout the summer, I think they kind of rekindle, they talk about stuff, but then it also flashes back to how they met, how the things started in Maine, and then whenever it's like a good chapter, it takes place in Maine and it's like Happy Place. The moment it's like where it starts going into them breaking up and what happened, and I'm telling you, it's real life stuff that like, if you're in a relationship and read this book, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so real. Because I don't know how Emily got that thought in her head, but it was just so real. It was so real. What they go through as a couple and why they end up separating is actually mind-blowing, how like real it is and how true it is. And then when it happens, she literally titles a dark place, bro. That broke me. Like, can you imagine you reading non-stop? They're in May and it's great summer, and then when it flashes back to when they start like feeling this rift form, it literally says dark place, and I was sobbing my eyes out. And also that line that is going around where it's in every universe it's you for me, even though it's not me for you. It's from this book, guys. It's from here. He literally tells that. Like, that's so insane. I don't know, like, Emily, she is just so flipping good. I highly recommend you go and check out Happy Place. If you're on the fence about it, at least pick up this one. At least. Next, we have a book that I was actually so surprised about that I was like, why am I crying? Because I love the author's books, but I was like, no babe, you can't be serious. And it is Next to You by Hannah Bonham Young. This book, once again, underrated. Author, like, she is all over the place. People love her, but they don't read all of her books. She's known for Out on a Limb and her new books now, but the first 2 Next of Kin and Next to You, those ones are spectacular. This book is spectacular, and the reason why it broke my heart is because Lane and Matt are friends, right? It's a friends to lovers type thing. He has been yearning for her for so long, and they do this like road trip together to get to this van and whatever, or like a bus, I think, I'm not even sure. But she has daddy issues, family issues, and he has like this perfect big family, and then they kind of end up being a relationship, but then she has so much baggage that they end up like splitting, and then she like has to find herself and like go to therapy, and that broke me. That's when I was crying, because I was like, oh my gosh, I love books with self-discovery. I love books where they are literally working on themselves, but they love each other. Like that books are one of the best books. If I always rate them like 4 stars and up. So while that happens, he's all like moody by his parents, and he's writing her letters. He literally writes her letters, and that just took me away. That literally blew me away, and that's why I was crying non-stop. Like this book was just sad. It was just sad, and I highly recommend you go and check it out, and also go and check out all of Hannah's other books. The last book, which if you watched one of my videos, my reading vlogs, you will know which book I'm talking about, because I was reading the book in that video and I was crying in the video. Left Off Forever by Tara Dewitt. Oh my gosh, I did not expect this book to be this sad. I don't know what I was expecting, but Tara threw that out the window. She was like, I'm giving you this, and I ate it up. Ren and Ellis have been together since they were teenagers. They had like a teenage pregnancy. They eventually start drifting, and then now they are divorced. They're in their 30s, and they still love each other, but they don't communicate outside of their son. So they want to move on, but then there's always this like small things that make them believe that the one still loves them, and vice versa, but they literally can't be in the same room together. That's how bad it is. Like it's not an enemy or anything. It's just that they're just uncomfortable because of all the unresolved things. Like they were together so young, they basically had to raise Ellis's siblings because their parents also died. So this whole like family and friend group, they are so tight. And their son goes to college, and Ellis is like, let's go on a road trip and take him there. And in his mission, he's like, I want to get back together. And Ren is like, what the hell? Like, no, we can't. But in the beginning, there's something that happens. Ellis is a firefighter, and something happens, and it's just, I don't want to speak about it, but you have to read the book, and that just kind of sets off the chain of events that happens when they go on this road trip and they rekindle their love. And it is so precious, and it's also quite sad because when they talk to each other about why they like split up and what happened, guys, I was sobbing. Why is it relationship stuff that will have my heart breaking? I think it's because it's so real. Like it's just so realistic. It's just like, wow, that actually happens in real life, and to see it in a book is just crazy. So if you are looking for a book that's going to devastate you, definitely recommend Left Off Forever by Tara Dewitt. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments which books you'd recommend I read that made you sob non-stop. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!